My dictionary says that mentorship is the relationship whereby a more experienced person, who's the mentor, guides a less experienced person with the aim of making the person better in future, either through personal growth or helping them identify their career paths.
The field is still there. Yeah, anything can happen at that time. It's only that now you're getting to learn. The important bit, I tell you, now that you've got even last to the picture, is to know this person, a friend. That's why angalia hata nikaa venye mnaweza hang out na umse. Si ati kuna game, kuna venye.
That's what the St.Mark'S Church Westlands CoF ministry is up to. Yeah, I meant CoF. C.O.F. Let's first of all find out more about CoF.
My name is Lionel Mwangi Mburu. At the moment I am the current chairman for a ministry that's associated to St.Mark'S Church that we call Couples of Faith. Initials, CoF. If you are a new guy, if you are a new member, if you are just somebody who's visiting St.Mark'S Church, you will be in the compound, you will ask for CoF. That is what you are commonly known with. Looking at the Anglican setup, like I have been brought up, I've been born and bred in the Anglican setup. I started from St.Mark'S Sunday school, all the way teens, youth, to now currently being in the youth. In the Anglican setup, we found Karma being too old, we found Mother's Union being too old, and there was no forum that was bringing marriages together. So that is how a group of individuals who are before me had sat and thought that as a youth, let us come together and find ways of bringing married people together and ways forward as far as marriage, and be able to reason together in how to do this marriage thing together.
CoF is a ministry at St.Mark'S. It's Couples of Faith, where couples who are married, we want to lead our families. We want to conduct our marriages as God intended them to be. We have different activities we do to support one another. We always have fun, share our challenges, teach one another. Yep, and most of all, glorify God in whatever we do.
We get investors, we get people who will come in to be able to invest in our marriages and to be able to learn from each other. And where we don't know, we consult from outsiders. So that is how the group started. There was the founders, who we call them the Tembetes. After that, we've had the Kihoros, Murigi are the ones, and then I've now come taking up. You may hear in St.Mark'S once in a while that there may be the reference of president. That's because we are not only in Kenya, but we also have a group of CoF who are in Uganda, and also another that are in some members who are also in Rwanda. So that is a lot more of East Africa. So that's how it came up. But ideally, chairman works out well. I've been married for now, this is our 9th year. So this year will be 9 years. CoF has been in existence. When we joined, we actually joined into a CoF group. So ideally, CoF has been in existence for more than 10 years. That's what I can confirm.
Aside from bringing together and building the young marriages, the Couples of Faith, in partnership with the St.Mark'S Youth Ministry, came up with a program to mentor the young people in various aspects of their lives.
Those.
Through this, the teams planned and had a successful mentorship event dubbed the Youth Turnout that happened on the 4th of May at the St.Mark'S Church grounds, where approximately 50 or more young people showed up to hang out and have fun as they learn more from the amazing Couples of Faith members who showed up.
One of the things that came up that made us also come up with a youth mentorship program was what we have learned, what we have gotten so far, how I got to date, how I got to court, how I got to get married, how I'm now a family man. By default, I managed to do that by apprentice. I learned on job. It was those sorts of, hiya, this is what is supposed to be, this is how it's supposed to go, sort of a thing. And I felt it's not fair for me to have acquired all this knowledge and then somebody to still come and follow the same footstep.
We've been through the relationship phase, the dating, the courtship, and eventually into marriage. And my expectation would be that us who are members of Couple of Faith would be able to share in those experiences that we've had so that we get to where we are today.
From experience, we are able to share what we've gone through. We are able to tell them which steps to take. Where we lost way, we don't want them to lose way like we lost. And where we find things are working, we want them to use it.
So we sat also as a youth, also being the chairman and chairman of Couples of Faith and also the youth chair. We sat and we thought it's best that we also share with this because these youth are growing to follow in the same footsteps.
By the look of everything and the feedback we got from some who attended the event, it clearly was a successful day.
Hi guys, I'm Caroline Wairimo Mbogori, a student in the Kenya School of Law. Yesterday I had a fantastic time. I learned a lot from the CoF leaders, or CoF members rather. My expectations were met because I was hoping to interact with them on a personal level and get to know and get to learn a thing or two, which I think I did and I'm grateful for.
I'm Leroy Nambute Jr. I go to St.Mark'S. I attend the discipleship service. I attended the Couples of Faith Youth Hangout on 4th of May. It was on Saturday, yesterday. I heard it from most of the WhatsApp groups that I belong to, but also from the church. And my expectations of the event was mostly networking, which is something I got to do and more. But my greatest takeout was the knowledge that I pulled from the event. I learned how important it is to be an individual in a relationship and the difference between individualism and togetherness in a relationship. I also learned one key importance about attachment. It's never wrong to be attached because it's healthy. Every human needs to have an attachment to another.
My expectations for the CoF Youth Hangout is to, first of all, get to know the youth of St.Mark'S Church at a more deeper level. Second of all would be to have fun. And third of all would be to share. The sharing would be in terms of life, general life, and also specifically matters relating to relationship.
My name is Jaden. I found out about yesterday's event through my friends, and I really appreciate the fact that they offered to invite me to their church. It was a really interactive session about relationships, and I learned a lot about submission, and also I learned that Christian marriages work. Depending, like when you see this generation, how people take relationships to be like casual things, in real sense, it's all about work and commitment, and they do work.
This was actually the first event that we're having of the nature, and to me, after we sat with the executive after the event, and to us it was a success, considering that it was a first-time event. Who would have ever thought? We had, in terms of CoF representation, we had 4 to 5 couples. No, it was 6, sorry to be precise, it was 6 couples. And looking at the youth, when we started at 11 o'clock, We facilitated to over 50. Actually 50 to be precise, the number that, judging by the plates of the food that we served. Because the caterer came with 45 plates and she added another 5. So judging by that, we're about 50. A number of 50, good enough for us for a first time event. So now imagining that in the next event, how it will be. Ideally, we don't want it to be, that was just the starting of the event. The other section of it is where we do even a one-on-one. We've identified certain number of couples in CoF. Right now in our registration, we have about 40 dedicated couples. Of the 40 dedicated couples, we will attach them to a certain number of youth. From the event, there was a point where we had asked the young people to just note down if they'd want mentors, what field of study or career choice that they have, so that we can be able to attach them to one of a couple. If they had already identified a certain couple within St. Mark's, it's also fine. You can group yourself with that one, so that it's just a continuous process. It's not just a one-day event. It happened on that day, but then after that, there will also be that one follow-up checks on finding out. We want responsible relationships. We want to create a generation that is Christ-like, to be precise, Christians. We want responsible families, people who are bringing up even responsible children.
We don't want that this mentoring thing is a one-day thing. We want us to be involved in whatever aspect, whatever step of your life, that you'll get a couple in CoF who will walk with you through your journey in life, share your challenges, share everything, and let them nurture you.
Towards the end, there was a review session where the youth were told to review what they have learned or what they're going to take home from the day. And from the feedback that was given, I believe the day was a success.
We learned about our position as a man of the house, how we are supposed to take our responsibilities in terms of being the head of the house, in terms of the spiritual aspect as a priest, as a provider, and also we had the protector. And also we're given several ways of how you can approach dating, coach, and different. So yeah, it was a very informative session.
Whatever I do, whatever I aspire to be, whatever relationships I plan to have, should be in line with God's word and plan that He has for me. Also praying about what you want. Yes.
I want to see more of this happening. I would also want to encourage the youth. Next time we have such an event, and not only the youth, but also members of Couple of Faith, next time we have such an event, it will be good to attend. Because life is a journey, and it is a journey best traveled together, not individually.
The sessions were amazing, especially separating the females from the males. It gives a more intimate interaction between us as the youth, because there's a lot we need to learn.
As much as we weren't very late with the timing, I still feel like it should have started earlier, because there was so much content to be discussed. If I was to do that event again, I would do it again. I would come as many times as it's happening, for sure.
I actually loved everything, but I just hope we can have more such interactive sessions like that for youth, so that we can be able to be like a better generation.
One of the things that I personally picked out was the importance of value and the importance of positioning yourself as the man who represents the person of Christ, where submission, it is not just one-sided, but as the Bible says, we submit to one another in reverence for Christ. And so the other thing that I also picked out from that session is that everyone has their own time, everyone has their own lot, and so there is no need for competition. Marriage is not a uniform. and everyone must, it is not for everyone to put it on, and even those who put it on, they must not look alike because it is not a uniform.
Personally, what I learned, it was a man is a man, whether rich or poor, and a man is not defined by money. So that was my point that I took home.
I got to interact with people I didn't even know. I got to meet new people, and I also learned a lot, inclusive of why we should submit as women and the importance of submission.
I had a lot of fun. Yes, it was very fun. The games, the people were so social, and I felt at home, and I really thank God for that opportunity.
I think my expectations were met. We thank the youth leaders for mobilizing the youth. We were able to partly share whatever we had, and from the evaluation, we saw that they had learned. And our hope and our prayer is that they will use whatever they learned to better themselves and as a way to move forward.
What I think about the event, and many more to come, is that we should really have more of this event because we get to interact with so many people, get to broaden up our knowledge and ideas on life. And
so I think with that, I'm inviting you guys also for the next event. Looking forward to many. This will be something that we'll do in conjunction with, of course, the youth chair, the youth department, as we also make St.Mark'S and generally Kenya, Nairobi, a better place with Christians, fun-loving Christians. I enjoyed Kwanzaa the fun and games. It's been a while since I last did something like that, but looking forward to spending more of that.